Give me just 1 second. Let's see, Flower's here. Flower is first. Flower says, anyway, how are you? I'm good, but more importantly, how are you, Flower? Just give me a second. Just a second. What's new, Flower? How's everything? I've been wondering about you. I'm looking something up real quick. Rose says, hello, I'm here. Awesome. Just give me a second. So we're going to talk about metta meditation. So I just wanted to be able to read off the benefits of metta. Metta means loving kindness. William says, hello, Flower, how are you doing today? I'm going to bring up my desktop so I can read just a little easier. There we go. So I wanted to read some of the benefits here of metta meditation to begin with. Remember, metta means loving kindness. That this is from Holistic Wellness Practice. The practice aims to foster a mental state of kindness, love, and compassion. When done regularly, and it should be done once a day, metta meditation can help minimize negative emotions towards yourself and others. Like other forms of meditation, of mindfulness meditation, it can also reduce stress and physical pain. According to Buddha, these are the benefits of meditation. 11, he outlines 11 benefits. One sleeps in comfort, one wakes in comfort, one has no bad dreams, one is dear to human beings, one is dear to non-human beings, one is protected by deities, one is not harmed by fire, poison, or weapons. Don't test that out. One can concentrate easily, one's facial complexion is calm and serene, one dies unconfused. If one does not attain anything higher, one will be reborn in Brahma, in the Brahma world after death. Jace is here. Jace is side at Eric and William and to Flower. Flower, let us know how everything's going with you. Vic G says, hope you're well. Thank you, my friend. I hope you are as well. So I'd like to compare and contrast loving kindness meditation and passage meditation. I'd be hard-pressed to suggest one or the other. I absolutely love passage meditation. It's something that I love to return to from time to time. It was my first, what felt like an honest attempt in meditating back in the late 80s, early 90s. I used, through much of the 80s, I used guided meditation tapes, cassette tapes at the time. I never felt like I got too much out of them because it felt like I was led into a daydream, not an actual meditation. And at the time, I'd only known a little bit about meditation. So, by rights, I wouldn't know the difference between daydreaming and meditation, but it just didn't feel like I was truly meditating, um, doing a guided tape. Let's see. Jay says, "Why am I at peace with myself? It's a comforting feeling." It certainly is, my friend. Flower says, "Hi to Rick." And William says, "Hi, Rick. Welcome. It must be profound. I'm stoked to hear your success." Um, let's see. Flower says, "Everything is fine." Good. I'm happy to hear that. Ben, I gotta admit, I've been a little bit worried. Joe Phillips says, "Hi. Joe, how are you?" So, metta meditation is often thought of as Buddhist meditation, and it is. And yet, as with much of Buddhist meditation, it has always been preceded by yoga itself. The Buddha was a yogi. He didn't get all the answers he felt he needed strictly from yoga, but he was a practitioner. After years of wandering, study with other yogis and sages and saints and rishis, he felt that he had not attained everything that he wanted. There was something missing. He sat under the Budai tree in India. "Daddy, how are you?" And said he would not move until he attained enlightenment. And the demon mare threw all kinds of stuff at him, visions and temptations and torment, and he refused to move. Finally, I forget how many days, he awakened, attained enlightenment, touched the earth to bear witness, and he had the Four Noble Truths. So loving kindness stems from the yogic tradition, but it's been refined by Buddhists for a very long time. Let's see. Flower says, "Yeah, I was at my cousin's, and they moved to another house and had to take some days to install the Wi-Fi." Well, good. I'm glad everything is fine. Dottie says, "Hi, Flower, Jason, William." Flower says, "Hi to Miss Dottie." William says, "I am simply existing at the moment. I am at peace as much as I am able to believe at this moment. Some may view I have further to go, but at this moment I am." It doesn't get any further than I am. I am is the realization of I am is as far as anyone ever needs to go. I am is the primordial state of beingness. From the absolute comes the I am. And from I am comes existence as we know it. Everything after I am is an illusory vision. Remember, illusory and illusion doesn't mean that it can't hurt you. It doesn't mean it's not have a reality to it. It means it's not ultimate reality in and of itself. Interdependent would be a Buddhist term, that everything is dependent upon everything else for its existence. And that's the key, and of course, miracles, to forgiveness, is if everything's illusory, if everything is a dreamlike state, then one dream figure doesn't forgive another dream figure, because that's all part of the illusion. What happens is that we use the voice of God or the Holy Spirit or Christ consciousness, whatever term we use that to see through the illusion to the reality of that other person. Lee says, "Good evening, Eric, and hope you all are having a good day." Thanks, I am. Let's see. William says, "Welcome to Dottie, and how are you?" Dottie says, "Good, thanks, but tired, Eric. Just loading up an update on van process." I saw you had another video, so I'm going to be checking that out right after the live stream. I'm breaking Dottie's channel up. Flower says, starting school this Monday, and I don't want to go. I thought you loved school. That's Roram says, why do you not like the idea of going to school? Yeah, I thought that you were like all in for school. Roram says, why do you not like going to school? And Dottie says, you will be fine, Flower. It won't be forever. This is true. And then you end up missing it. Roram says, also, what in school are you going to study for? Flower says, hi to Lee. And Flower says, yeah, but I don't want to go. But I still don't want to go. You're starting a new school, so you're going to miss your friends. But it's also a great opportunity. You're going to make new friends. And now you'll have two sets of friends. You'll have your friends from your old school that hopefully you'll still be able to be in contact with. And then you have your brand new friends. Because here's one thing I know for certain. Everyone loves Flower. She will make friends wherever she goes. Dottie says, best time of my life was school days, but I didn't think so at the time. I did not think so at the time either. And I'm in agreement. I'm still in agreement with myself. I did not enjoy school. Once I ended up going to community college. Once I went to community college, I did very much. So, quick synopsis on metta meditation. I wanted to run it through because I've been talking about it with William. Metta meditation meaning loving kindness. It's a yogic practice that has been refined by Buddhists for thousands of years. And it is a concentration method. When I say concentration, it doesn't mean you're closing your eyes and you're squinting and you're holding on to everything. Your mind's going to wander. It is supposed to wander. That's the nature of the mind. You just bring it back to the object of meditation. The object of metta meditation is giving yourself loving kindness, and then you slowly expand it to the world itself. So you do that, you sit in a comfortable position, your spine's straight. It can be in a straight back chair. I think it's probably the best. If you're comfortable sitting on the floor, that's fine, but probably just sitting in a chair. Hands on your lap. You don't have to do a fancy mudra. If you want, though, you can do the Vishna mudra. And breathe gently and easily through the nose. Take a few breaths. Doesn't have to be purposely. Just watch the breath come in, watch the breath go out. Watch and watch. And then you introduce slogans. The slogans that I like to use: may I be happy, may I be at peace, may I be free from suffering and the cause from suffering. 4 slogans. May I be happy, may I be at peace, may I be free from suffering and the cause from suffering. However, you can look online, you can find hundreds of slogans. Find the ones that resonate with you. Your eyes are closed, you relax, you focus on your breath, and you start thinking the slogans gently and easily. Your mind's going to wander. You're practicing loving kindness meditation. Be loving and be kind to yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Don't say I'm supposed to be concentrating. Just come back to the slogans. May I be happy. May I be at peace. May I be free from suffering and the cause from suffering. Do that for as long as you feel comfortable. And you want to settle into your heart center where you literally will feel loving kindness. It might take some time. You might need to fake it until you make it. But know that it exists, that it's already there. Because you wouldn't be doing the meditation if there was not some part of you that was drawn towards learning how to extend loving kindness to yourself and then to others. So trust it. Trust that if you were called to practice this, then you are a loving and kind human being. You are a loving, kind being in and of itself. So you practice that, starts feeling comfortable. There may be some little bit of rebellion. It's always hard to give ourselves loving kindness. Sometimes it might be the hardest thing of all. But you're practicing. Remember, you're practicing meditation. You're not supposed to be great at it, at least not at first. At least not for me, 30 plus years. You get better. You just practice and accept the fact that you're practicing loving kindness. which means when you don't feel that you're good, give yourself love and kindness. Love yourself, be kind to yourself. Then we're going to move on to someone you absolutely love. It could be a parent, it could be a spouse, it could be a pet, it could be whatever it is that you feel the most love for, and you say the same thing. This is pretty easy because you really want your parents to be happy. You want to give them those 4 phrases. May I be happy, may I be at peace, may I be free from suffering and the cause of suffering. Who doesn't want their parent or their spouse or their child or their pet or their houseplant to be at peace, to be happy, and to be free from suffering? Everyone does. So this gets easy. So practice that for a while. Then you want to go to a benefactor, a teacher, someone who has given you something of substance. If this doesn't resonate, you skip the benefactor. But the benefactor is, it's not essential, but it's also a good practice because we're getting more subtle now. I'll dive back into the conversation in just a minute. It's getting more subtle. After that, we go to the neutral person. This one I wouldn't skip because we forget about those neutral people. And who is a neutral person? Your mailman, barista, a neighbor that you just waved to, anyone that you don't feel one way or the other about, but you interact with on a regular basis is a neutral person. And you're wishing them the same 4 slogans. And by this time, because you've been practicing with yourself and a loved one, maybe, maybe not, the benefactor, you're starting to feel that loving kindness, at least a hint, building up, which is good because you're going to need it. Because next is you give it to the person that you don't like, someone that you might hate, someone that you despise, someone that has given you all the trouble in the world, or someone that's just irritating. Could be me. You'd be like, man, that Yogi is really getting on my nerves. He's just going on and on and on. He's ignoring my comment. So you would use me as your irritating or as your person you don't like or despise. Hopefully none of you actually despise me or even dislike me. Those are the ones that you do. Now after that, you spend a brief moment and you just give loving kindness to everyone in the world. May they be happy. May everyone around the world be happy. May they be at peace. May they be free from suffering and the cause from suffering. And you can include other planets, and you can use individual countries. You can pick a war-torn area. You're just beaming loving kindness out to everyone. Then you close your eyes. Well, keep your eyes closed. Focus on the breath again. Relax. And you end the meditation. You can do that short version, 5-10 minutes. You can do it for 15 minutes. You can do it for 20 minutes. You can do it for an hour. However long it feels comfortable for you to work through that practice. You might find that one is easier than other, that you can dive into offering that to a loved one, but you can't yet give it to that person that you dislike. Fine. Who says you have to be good at it now? You're practicing. That, my friends, is Metta, M-E-T-T-A, loving kindness meditation. I hope it helps. Yujio is here. Our friend Zach says he's here. Welcome, Zach. I have he has some inspiration. It's been a while since we've had Zach drop some information for us. Let's see. Forever says, I wish I would have been pointed to trying to find more ways to enjoy those days instead of focusing things I did not like. We can only do what we can do in each moment, you know? If we could have did things differently, we would have done things differently. Forever says, there are billionaires that could not buy that, buy back that time. Flower says, I can be really loud and annoying too. Hey, but that's what we love about you. Did you see me get upset when you came in and said that you wanted to slap a slice of cheese on the back of my head? Leo's here. Leo says, much love, Brother Yogi. At work right now. Sending good vibes your way, sir. Have a great day. You too, Leo. Have a good day at work. I hope you're feeling better. I know you seem to be each workout a little bit stronger. Flower says hi to Leo. MF Dredson is here and says peace, peace. Dredson, how are you? Savannah's Loving Kindness meditation. Zach says, don't worry about failure. Let's see. I couldn't read the whole thing. Don't worry about failure. You only have to be right once. Interesting. I'm going to have to think about that, Zach. Flower says, hi to Dreadson. Our friend MF Dreadson is at 101 subscribers. Well done. Brian Lane is here. Brian, how are you? Signature's here. Signature, how are you? Greetings, my friend, and thumbs up. Appreciate that. Hope you're feeling better, Brian. Zach says, also sorry for not visiting your lives. I was working on my channel. That's quite okay. I fully understand that, and the way it should be, that I'm not a high priority. You know, we all got stuff that we need to be doing. Flower says hi to Signature and hi to Sir Brian. So, I hope you guys subscribe to each other, support each other. Everyone here has got a beautiful channel that is their reflection. That's what they're putting out in the world. I've mentioned before, absolutely love visiting Signature when he's taking us for a walk or a drive, the countryside of his area. Where it says, I'm good. Thank you. Happy you all made it. I am too. Brian says, I'm good. Just a little swelling on the cheek from tooth, but I'm good at. But I'm good. I'm not letting it stop me from doing things and going to work still today. Good. I can understand that. My way of thinking, you know, if I'm hurting or something's going on, is whether I work out or not, it's still going to hurt. I'm still going to have that issue. So I may as well do the thing that I love to do. Let's see. Zach says I had to make a Minecraft video, but I had to do it 20 times because my phone kept shutting off for no reason. Well, that's not good. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm glad that you finally got it done, though. Hey, William, let me know if you have any questions on the meta meditation. And I sent you the thing, what was it, 2 or 3 days ago, on the Blue Mountain Press, and it describes passage meditation, which was my very first organized meditation. And as I mentioned, and something that I return to often, I absolutely love it. The two are sort of similar. Sort of. Yoda says, what's your favorite book? It's a hard question to answer because it changes. Fiction, I absolutely love Lonesome Dove, written by Larry McMurtry. Actually won the Pulitzer Prize. For a Western to win the Pulitzer Prize, pretty big deal. Confederacy of Dunces, 100 Years of Solitude, Jitterbug Perfume. I absolutely love Tom Robbins. Might be my favorite book. I got a tattoo um, somewhere on inspired by Jitterbug Perfume. It's the god Pan, the Greek Mesopotamia god of fertility and wild places. And then nonfiction, maybe autobiography of Yogi, maybe Born to Run, Christopher McDougall, changed my life. Both of those books changed my life. When a book changes the direction of your life, um, that's a pretty awesome book. Thanks for asking, Yoda. Much appreciated. Brian says, but last year I went for a run before with the absence tooth, and it did make it worse. Yeah, that's not good. Brian says, it does bother me really, just a little when sleeping, laying down. Doesn't feel so great, and I had to took sinus medicine because it's related to, I think it's related to sinus problems. Years ago, when I had a problem with a tooth, I remember chewing aspirin as it seemed to help. It's not fun, but it did seem to help. Poker Man says, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you, Poker. How are you? We got away from Yoda. Signature drops his link. Thank you, Signature. It's a beautiful channel. And again, Signature takes you for a walk on the beach, on the countryside, through his neighborhood, or take you through a drive. We'll have a nice conversation with you. He says hi to the people that he come in contact with. It's really like you're taking a walk with a good friend. My cat is making herself some kind of a nest. So William and whoever else might have listened, I hope that description of metta meditation was helpful, that it made sense, and that in that description you can sit down and practice it. Our friend Brian Lane is a meditation and breathwork practitioner. And he's given, I think, quite a few videos where he talks about that. Brian says, don't forget to like the live. Thank you for that. Speaking of live, might give a quick look, see if any of our friends are live. Our friend Pauline Oside, it's in Kenya. She is live right now. Some of you, she pops in maybe, every few sessions. So some of you might be subscribed to her. It's always fun seeing people live stream from other parts of the world and just getting to, experience a little bit of where they're coming from. Hey, guys, our friend Poker Man, I just subscribed to him, by the way. He's got a video. It says need 50 subscribers to go live. He's at 36, 37 now since I just subscribed. If you guys would like to help him out, it shouldn't take him long to get to 50. See if you guys can tune in there. Let's see. Zach says, my favorite book is probably A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. Had a deep story, and I can relate to it. Nice. That sounds familiar. I didn't read it, but it sounds familiar. Brian says, well, I'm not certified like you, Eric, but I've practiced for almost a few years. Um, hey, that's what counts, putting in the time. The only reason I got certified was so I would learn the easiest ways to teach people. But you've developed a meaningful practice that has had immense benefits for you. The meditation and the breath work, as well as being out in nature. Um, and you share that on your channel, which, by the way, Brian has a beautiful message and channel. And he is at 848. We keep talking about people hitting the 1K mark. And I mentioned this to Mir because Mir said, who do you want to hit 1K next? And I said, Brian Lane. For a lot of reasons. One, Brian's so close. He is at 848. 848. So, man, we can get him there in a couple days. Maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks. And he has a beautiful message, and he's very sincere. We've talked about this before. I don't want to talk about it again. It's his story to share, not mine. But he's been through the fire, and he's in a better place to help other people if they need to go through it themselves, if they're going through it, or they want to avoid it entirely, if they feel like they're heading in that direction. So he's got so much to offer. We get away from signature. Pokemon says, I'm in Fort Lauderdale, a little cloudy, but a beautiful sunny day overall. Nice. I remember spending a week in Fort Lauderdale. It was for the Winterfest, and it was, I think, 1984. And other than that, I don't remember a whole lot more about it. It was a wild trip. Let's see, Brian says, let me get caught up here. Sorry, guys. Brian says, I've enjoyed books on breathwork and meditation and videos. So many different ones I've learned from. Absolutely. And I'm still learning. Brian says, thanks, Eric. You're welcome, Brian. I'd love to see Jacob hit that 1K mark as well. And you know what, guys, if anyone has a goal, they want to monetize for whatever reason they want to monetize, they want to increase their audience, for whatever reason they want to increase the audience, I'm all for it, man. I'm backing you up. I got you back. Pokemon is outside feeding pieces of fruit to the iguana in my backyard. Iguanas. That sounds like a pretty awesome day. I wouldn't mind being someplace where I could feed iguanas. Signature says, hi Pokemon, I watched your video with the running lizard, and it's done. Thank you, Signature. Awesome. Zach says, I'm trying to save my generation by reporting every single brain rot thing and not recommend it to other youngsters. Good for you, Zach. Way to be civic-minded as well as, man, wanting to improve the whole quality of the world. Because we're going to be depending on your generation. Let's see, William Hart says, you what? I think I missed the entire thing. Oh yeah, I gave a whole talk on how to do metta meditation at the beginning of the live stream. So it's still there. You'll be able to go back and watch it. Let's see. Zach says, but my brother is already corrupted by the brain rot. But you know what? No one's irredeemable. Everyone can be saved. Lead by example. Because no one wants to be told how to do things. That's the lesson from the Tao Te Ching. You always lead by example. Whereas Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world. It starts with Zach. Starts with the Yu-Gi-Oh master. Brian says, why I do like short videos a lot, because people also get the message, because people don't always want to click long videos. That's true. And you get a whole lot across in a very short, from your shorts to your short videos, you get a whole lot across. Brian says he tries to put short videos from time to time with a good message. You certainly do. And all of them have a good message. Even just the nature, because, man, everyone enjoys a good nature video. Pokemon says, yes, Brian Lane, I made my first short like 2 days ago. I think I'm going to stick with doing them, like you said, with good messages. Awesome, Pokemon. I love doing shorts too. Most of the shorts I do are, I think all of them, nature shorts. Just love giving that slice of nature from my own unique perspective, which means it doesn't have to be perfectly edited or great, or it just has to be from my perspective. Signature says, please guys, have a premiere on Sunday 6 p.m. evening in UK. I'm going to do my best to be there, Signature. Make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you receive all notifications so you'll know when Signature is doing his premiere. Premieres are a lot of fun. Sundays, usually at 4 o'clock, our friend Optimob is going to be having a premiere as well. So guys, yeah, feel free to drop your own links if you got the blue wrench. If you want to drop a friend's link, if you want to drop someone's here link, feel free. Jace is here. Hey, Pokemon, I'm really happy to hear that you're going to be expanding your channel. And I really hope to get you as close to 50, if not 50, as possible. Zach says my first goal was 10, but I reached that already. So I'm trying to reach 50 so I can do lives. We're going to help you out if we can as well. Guys, feel free to subscribe to our friend Zach, the Yu-Gi-Oh Master. As well as our friend Pokemon. Who says I was here for the meta training. I was just confused. Okay, good. Jay says, Brian, brother, hope you're well. Speaking of positive messages, good stuff, helping other people, the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend, the Jace. If you guys want to get in shape, or if you just want to hang out with a good friend, this is the guy to do it with. This is Jace's channel down below. William says, oh, breathwork, brain lapse. Let me get caught up, guys. I apologize. Our friend Jacob is here. Now the work's going to get done because that's what Jacob does. Jacob, I apologize for missing your workout again. Brian says why I like burpees so much, because it reminds me every time I fall, I get back up. Just after each rep, it reminds me. Man, perfect metaphor. Absolutely, that's true. Brian says Jace had some good push-ups the other day. Yeah, Jace is always on point. Jace says he wears shorts most days. I do as well. Zach says I did my first long video. In a few days, I'm going to make one introducing my children to people. Children's equals his chickens. Nice. Man, I'd love to see your chickens. Looking forward to it. So I hope you guys can, if you're not subscribed to each other, I hope you can subscribe to each other. Our friend Jace, by the way, is at 568. We're getting closer and closer. Jace, Jacob, Brian Lane. These guys should be at 1K for sure. Pokemon is already at 39. Love to get him one more. Nice even 40 for the day. I'm going to drop a link. This could be a pretty important link. If you're trying to grow your channel, I'm going to drop 2 links. This is James Gipe Gipe. You got to play by his rules, which is be polite. Don't say subscribers. Don't say. I think it's just subscribers. There might be other things. But go there. You can let him know that you came there from me. Tell him that Yogi sent you. If you want to grow your channel, James will help you grow your channel. You just go and you participate. You like other people. Don't say, you can just say added. Say their name and say added. Don't say I subscribe to you. And definitely don't do what we've had some young friends do and go in and say, I sub to you, now sub to me. If they want to sub to you, they will. Best way to do it, go to someone else's channel, watch a video, watch part of a video, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, watch a short, leave a comment. New subscriber from James Gipe Gipe, new subscriber from Yogi, if you're visiting from my channel, somewhere along those lines. And they'll sub back because they want to support other people. It's a win-win. James Gipe helped me get to my first 1K and onwards as well. And I'm going to drop this too. I don't recommend this to a lot of people. This is our friend Maja, Mayhem and Miracles. The reason why I don't recommend her channel to a whole lot of people is because she's got a really cool channel. And she helps a lot of people. And I don't want a disrupting influence to go in and mess up. But you guys, none of you guys are disrupting influence. So again, Mayhem and Miracles, these 2 links, James Gipe Gipe, if you went there right now, by the end of the live stream, you would be 5, 10, 20, maybe more subscribers in. But again, I know I'm preaching to the choir. Everyone here is cool. Just in case someone's listening in, you got to do it right. You got to be there to support and help other people and not make it all about yourself. Everyone here, not a single one of you makes it about yourselves. That's what I'd love to see. And that's why I'm putting Mayhem and Miracles link out there. So I hope those links can help, guys. If they do, let me know. Let them both know that Yogi sent you. Again, go there with the understanding that you're going to help people. Zach says, the way I get subs is basically being a good person and being nice to others. And you do that well, and that's why I sub to you. 100%. Jacob says, yes, sir, brother signature. Jacob says, I'm doing all right, brother Signature. Just trying to keep my head up and help others. No one does it better. Jacob helps everyone. Everyone that he comes in contact with, that he is in a position to help, he does. Jay says, I've gained some serious subs last 24 hours, nearly 60. It's down to your support. It is down to the awesome stuff that Jace puts out. Jace understands the ways of karma. Remember, karma is not punishment. It's not retribution. It's not you'll get yours. Karma simply means action. Action. So if you are performing good action, you put yourself in a position to receive good action. Jace does nothing but put out good action. Jacob Colby does nothing but put out good action. Brian Lane does nothing but put out good action. Our friend Signature is the same. Our friend William is the same. Our friend Flower is the same. Zach is the same. Am I forgetting anyone? Pokeman is the same. 100%. I have no doubt about it. Our friend Horror of Spice, Vincent's here. I had the great opportunity online to meet Becky, Mrs. Horror of Spice. Flower says, there is one horrible channel that should get hate, and its name is Bella the Wolf. However, nothing ever changes by hate, but everything changes when given love. Something to consider. Love is the force that changes everything, and truly, love has no opposite. Roy says, what I offer may or may not be right, but I don't want the authority of that. My experience with William Hart is that you always come from a place of respect. You always come from a place of kindness. You always come from a place of love, directly from your heart. The name William Hart isn't an accident. So, right or wrong, you're sincere, you're authentic, and that means everything to me. William says, hello, Horror of Spice. Glad to see you again. It's always good to see Vincent, Horror of Spice, who, by the way, has his, he got his LLC. How's that coming, Vincent? We're going to have a grand opening? Let's see. Zach says, Bella has mocked Jesus and Allah and many others. She tries to replace Jesus with her own self. I don't respect that. So I reported her 17 times. Wow. It's a lot. But here's the thing. 17 times and she keeps coming back. We can never hate our way to change. We can never repay hate with hate and then expect things to be different. But I respect you, Zach. I respect your actions, and I know you're coming from a really good place. Signature says, let's support each other. Absolutely. Miriam says, how is Miss Becky? Becky is at work. She is bored. She always sends her love and says hi. Sending love back to Becky. I certainly understand that bored work feeling, which is why I do not want to go back into the workplace, especially now, 59. I could retire in 3 years, so if I made just enough, that will get me by. I heard someone say, you'll never get rich on YouTube. Depends on your definition of rich. Rich for me is not $1 million. Rich for me is not even $100,000. Rich for me is paying my bills, having a little bit left over to buy an occasional book. Buy a present for Mocha. Buy a present for myself. Buy a present for my friends, to leave a little super chat for someone who I like. Even someone I might not like, but just do it anyway. To me, that's rich. Rich means I'm appreciative of what I have. So, no one can tell me that I will not be rich on YouTube, because I already am. I'm hanging out with my friends. Get any better than that? I get to watch my friends. I get to watch Jacob come in here and drop link after link after link I get to watch Flower say hi to every single person that comes in. I get to watch William meaningfully engage with everyone that comes in. Very meaningfully. A sincere desire. How are you? When William says, how are you? You get the sense that he isn't just making conversation. He really wants to know how you are. And it is the same when Flower says hi. She really wants to say hi. It's not just being polite. She's enthusiastic. Man, I was almost said, I love my YouTube friends. I'm going to scratch out YouTube. I love my friends. Or if Spice says he did a short today. Well, I'm bringing Vincent's channel up. So after the live stream, we get to check it out. Give me a second, guys. So I hope you guys make a trip over to James Gype Gype and Mayhem and Miracles. I honestly can say I want to see you guys. Zach says it's got to go. We'll be back. Awesome. I can honestly say I want to see you guys expand your channels because of the wonderful stuff that you're doing. Zach says he did a face reveal and he looks kind of weird because it was 6:30. I look weird in every single one of my face reveals. William says at face value, they say people can be different when tested. I do not feel like I have been. I hope it is not chasing selfish, grandiose delusions. I project what is optimistically the best outcome. I don't think that you are chasing selfish or grandiose delusions. Sometimes those projections might come to pass. Sometimes they might not. Stay authentically William Hart no matter what comes to pass. Sometimes you're going to have a response, you're going to be tested, and you're not going to like what happens. Be kind to yourself anyway. When you're tested, it's not a pass-fail option. It's result-based. Now, what are you going to do with those results? How do you proceed with those results? Can you dust yourself off? Can you laugh? Can you smile about it? Can you extend yourself unconditional love? And start again. And start again, and start again, and start again. Jay says, very beautifully says, love is priceless, but has the biggest value. Man, beautifully said, Jace. Vincent says, love is what I have always given, even when that person, people are roughing me up. I can most definitely see that from our friend Whore of Spice. Vincent's one of the original people just coming here to support me. For no reason. I have no idea how he even found my channel. But he came in and he was gracious and he was kind. He was a loving presence. Consider him a friend. I looked up Whore of Spice on Facebook and I couldn't find it. I know you mentioned that you have a Facebook page. William says, I need to start prepping for my 20 burpees with Louis. I won't be on his stream, but I am recording and posting after his event ends. Awesome. Man, I'm really happy to hear that you're going to be posting. Or Spice says, awesome to William. Let's see. William says, I understand that a lot of my past is unknown, and I can imagine that. Well, people are not shallow. My past is like Saul and numerous in mistakes. And yet, look what happened to Saul. Struck down from his horse in a bolt of light. Instantly transformed. In Zen, that would be called a satori, instant awakening. He got off and he was not the same person. He got up, was not the same person that got knocked off a horse. He was someone different. I got in my car and left the bar. 1999. I don't remember the exact date. I believe it was in June. And I was drunk, as I was many, many times before. And I was pulled over, as I never was before. And I saw the flashing light, and everything was instantly changed. In an instant, I was no longer someone who drank. I didn't know that at the time, but I was given a clear option. Do you want to do what you've always done and get the same results? Eventually, those results turning increasingly dangerous, deadly, where you're going to harm someone else, where eventually you are going to do deep harm to yourself if you survive? Or do you just want to live a life of sobriety? It was clear. For whatever reason, I was no longer a drinker. I took a step in that direction. 25 years later now, never had a drink again. Never even tempted to have a drink again. Horse Face says, Vincent Bradley is my Facebook. Awesome. Let me look that up. I want to write it down so I don't forget. That is with an L-E-Y. Nice. Thank you, Vincent. Cameron's here. Cameron says hi there. Cameron, how are you? Everyone says welcome back to Cameron. Hey, Jace, have you visited Mayhem or Miracles or James Gype Gype? If you go to, I believe James Gype has a live stream every day. Masha's maybe 3 or 4 times a week, and she does long, epic live streams. James Gype is going to be going live in just a little bit. If you visit them for a week, both of them, GIPE, it is if you visit both of them for a week, here's the great thing about both of them. I didn't just get subscribers. I made connections. Some of the people that visit here on a regular basis, I've met through James Gype, or I met through Maja. UK Medic, Dottie, Barb. These are some people that I met through 1 or 2 of those sites. Horror of Spice says, James, yeah, that's where we met, Eric. Now I remember. Jace says, Mayhem, yes, she is live now. Yep, subbed already. Awesome. Yeah, the best way, go in, interact, let people know that, hey, I just visited, I subbed. Leave a message on their, same with James. Leave a message on someone's channel, on one of their videos, and let them know, hey, new supporter, new friend from James Gype Gype. Everyone says, would someone link drop them? I did from... Give me a second. I did from my desktop, but it doesn't always... Horror Spice says he's got it. Awesome. Thanks, Vincent. All right. I'm going to run to the bathroom. And not, as our friend Eric Lapointe has said, to drink a beer or smoke a cigarette. I'm going to get some water. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'm going to get some water. I'll be right back, guys. Sorry for the dead air, guys. Jace says, Yogi, just done 53 pumps. Wow. Nicely done, Jace. Rome says he did not deny eating hot dogs off camera, folks. You witnessed it here first. This is true. He busted Yogi. However, if it was, it would be a vegan hot dog. So there's a loophole. Our friend Pauline is here. Thanks for coming in, Pauline. I mentioned you earlier in the live stream that you were live. I urged people to check out Pauline, who is in Kenya. Let's see. William says, try to go back to yours. Got Yugi and Jason's like, huh, weird. However, Signature drops his link. Thank you, Signature. Horror Spice drops. James Gate. Awesome. And I believe he's going live in just a bit. So here's proof, guys, that Eric the Point went from 50 subs to 1,000, less than 50, in just over a month or so. And he did that by extending himself, helping other people, going to their channels. He visited Mayhem and Miracles. I don't know if he spends a whole lot of time over with James Gite. I'm going to try to drop her link again. See if I can do a better job. She is live now, and she probably will be for another hour or so. So, guys, don't feel like you got to hang out with me. If you could do something to help your channel, definitely do so. Pauline says, Signature, greeting, long time. Nice. Horse says, there you go, guys. Thank you for that. Pauline says, William, greetings. Roy says, Beld will be there when I see them live. Didn't catch that, William. Vincent says, I go slow and steady with the channel. I was in a bit of a rush once I decided to do something with my channel. The longest time, I didn't have, I don't know what I wanted to do with it. But then I decided I wanted it to make my giving place. And attempt to earn a small but sustainable income. As I mentioned, I'm in a happy place where I don't need a whole lot. So why not try to earn it through creative means? Extending love, talking about the things that I love to talk about, seeing how it happens. Seeing what happens. So that's what I'm doing. But when I decided to do that, man, I went to work and I dove in with James Skype and I dove in with Mayhem and Miracles, as well as if someone popped up in a live stream as a recommendation and they were putting out a positive message, I subscribed and I chatted. And here I am. However, man, my views have taken a hit. When I first got monetized, I was about 90,000 views in that 48-hour window consistently. And then it dropped down to 70, and right now I'm barely holding on to 50. Don't know why. However, you just keep putting out the stuff that you put out. Independent of what happens. That's the key from the Bhagavad Gita, is you surrender your actions. Surrender the actions, the fruit of the actions to God. Krishna says to Arjuna, you are entitled to your actions, but not the fruition of your action, because that is entirely in the hands of God. Goldie's here. Goldie, how are you? Cameron says, how to think more positive sometimes. I find myself in a really negative place without realizing it. Here's the thing about thinking positive. It's tough. It's tough to always do it, especially if you find yourself in a really negative place without realizing it. When do you realize it, Cameron? An amazing thing with awareness. It changes everything. And realization is simply awareness. When you become aware, things begin to change on their own. Give yourself a Zen check, a mindfulness break, and turn within. What am I thinking? Where are my thoughts? Two things happen. One, you become aware of what you're thinking, and then you can make a meaningful change just by introducing, just by being kind, by smiling at yourself. Don't even need to do anything big. Don't force it. Don't grab it and try to change it. Just smile. There I go again, a negative thought. And then, so you bring an awareness to that. And here's another amazing thing. When you do that and you say, what am I thinking? You've created some space. You realize there's an I and there's a thinking going on. And the two aren't the same. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness to your thought. You're the witness to your thoughts, the observer to your thoughts. If you are the observer, then those are just passing clouds. They have no effect on the observer. If I observe an ant crawling on a blade of grass, how does that affect me? How does that affect my mind? It affects my heart because I love ants and I love blades of grass. But does it affect my mind? Do I say, man, there it goes again, I'm thinking about an ant? I'm just aware of the ant. Same with a negative thought. You are not your negative thought. You are the witness to the negative thought. And another word for witness is unconditional love. If you are unconditional love in every single moment as a witness, you don't need to do anything except realize you are unconditional love, unconcerned with any thought that passes. So little mindfulness checks throughout the day, as well as focusing on your breath. How am I breathing? When you're having a negative thought, consistently, you're breathing in a certain fashion, probably through your mouth, probably high in the chest. You're probably not extending the diaphragm at all. When you're breathing from a source of love, you're probably nasal breathing. It's probably nice and slow, and it's probably from the diaphragm. Change your breathing, and you'll change everything. And it doesn't have to be a fancy yogic breath. It can just be, I'm breathing in through my nose, I'm breathing out through my nose. And then go about your day. Repeat as needed. Jay says, I can't leave Eric, I'm staying. I appreciate that, Jace, but you know what would make me happier than anything in the world? If you came back later tonight and you said, man, I just hit 600 subs, or I gained 10 subs, or I gained 1 sub. I really appreciate that. But, man, to see Jace go big time, because he's getting there each and every day, more and more so, have that positive message of Jace spread to the world, more people in shape, more people offering love to each other, more people soaking up that beautiful message, that would be awesome. Vincent says, hey to Goldie. Sorry guys, I know I fell behind. Goldie, my friend, how are you? Where it says the subscription icon is a bell, people always ask to click the bell, so I action the term to shorthand saying I subbed with notifications. Nice. Perfect. Goldie says, hi there, Vincent, Whore of Spice. And she says, hi to William Hart. Pokerman says, hope everyone is having a great day. Thank you, Pokerman. I'm having a really good day with you guys. So one more time, I'm going to drop. I hope you guys can. This works. I hope you visit Pokemon. He's at 39 subscribers. Man, I'd like to see him get to 40. Goldie says, Brother Jacob, are you in the house? I think he's been in and out. Goldie says, hi there, Pokemon. Roy says, whether or not one person shows up or a million do, the message is still here. Absolutely. Again, nicely said, William. Vincent says, make sure to leave a few comments on a few videos. YouTube algorithms know you mean to connect for the channel. Thanks, Vincent. Excellent advice. Yeah, you definitely want to let them know, because they can subscribe back. And as Vincent says, it's good for the algorithms. Algorithms are fickle. They loved me for a brief period, and they have turned their back on me. But as William Hart said, you put the message out nonetheless. And you know what? Eventually, you regain the favor of other algorithms. It's nothing personal. Pokemon says, welcome with Goldie 100 with a thumbs up. Roy says, I'm sorry to hear that, Cameron. That really is a challenge. If you need to talk anything out, we're here 3 times a day. Yogi hasn't refused to talk to anyone outside of stream yet either. This is true. Always happy to talk to someone. Eric McCarty, look me up on Facebook. You'll recognize me as that bald guy. Not to be confused with the other bald guy. I don't know. There's got to be another bald Eric McCarty, right? What are the odds of there not being one? We got some prayer salutation emojis from our friend Pokemon. Thank you for that. Just going to quick check and see who else might be live. Man, it was an awesome thing to see Eric LaPointe grow from 50 to 1K. It's such a short time. Speaking of which, our friend Eric LaPointe is live. It's a tractor day for Eric LaPointe. I just clicked on. Here's the thing. If you're able to do so, you can always have someone up on another channel if you're able to do so. Also, just because you go visit someone else does not mean you're not supporting the one person over another. I would be remiss as a friend to not want to support someone else's live stream. So I just clicked on. Eric LaPointe is on his tractor. Plus, I'm only going to be talking for about 10 more minutes. I also fully realize that, man, I'm just a guy sitting on a chair having a conversation. There's a lot more interesting things out there than this. Laradox says, what's up? Hello, Poker. Sorry I haven't been around. That's okay. Still supporting, I promise. I appreciate that, Laradox. I have never doubted your friendship nor your sincerity. This is our friend Laradox's channel. He's at 716 subscribers, guys. He's going to be hitting that 1K pretty soon, too. Laradox is realizing a very, very important lesson. That we get ahead by giving. Sincerely. If you're giving with any kind of string attached, it always comes back and it hits you pretty hard. Jace says, I'm staying here. I appreciate that, Jace. Jace is the man. But here's the thing I know about Laradox. He has a sincere and kind and giving heart. He's a good person. His life is based on his faith. Someone like Laradox at age 15 gives me a whole lot of hope for the future. Someone like our friend Zach Yugio is another one. A young man, and he said up above in the chat that his goal is to be a positive influence for his generation. And he's pretty young. How many young people do you ever hear say something like that? I'm going to be a positive influence for my generation. When I was that age, I certainly did not think ahead like that. I was never, self-centered. I always had a affinity towards kindness. I always knew it felt better to be kind. Jace says, you always allowed to make mistakes when you're young, but they have to reduce with age. Nicely said, Jace. And that's true. And again, you also get to redefine. What is a mistake other than a learning opportunity? Vincent says, hey, back, had to step away. Got some comments in the video. Nice. One of the things as well is, man, I go live 3 times a day. I don't know if that's good or bad. I hear people say, man, do you need to go live 3 times a day? I don't need to do anything. But I like to. Our friend Hybrid Jim is here. Says, hi, Eric. Hybrid, how are you? I saw that you had a video up. I was going to check it out soon. Doing some sprints. Speaking of our friend Jace, we are on video number 12 on the Jace playlist. Hey, Jace, you're in Birmingham, right? Hybrid, do you know Jace? I mean, not like personally, just because you're both in that area, but have you met him online? Hybrid says, I'm good, thanks. Yeah, sprint days again, and improved. Improved by speed or feeling, how they feel? Vincent says, we need you to connect and get positive affirmations. Thank you, Vincent. Man, I appreciate you saying that. Hybrid says not met. So I believe you guys are in the same neck of the woods. Jay says some great workouts. Jace, you're going to absolutely love watching Hybrid Gym. I know he'll say he'll be modest about it because he's a modest guy. I don't think I've seen anyone else on YouTube move the way Hybrid Gym moves, because of the combination of fluidity, mobility, flexibility, and strength, and having them perfectly blended. Those are hard to come by because most people focus on strength, or they focus on their flexibility, or they focus on something. Hybrid says speed has improved. Awesome. Hybrid says, I think I've improved something like 20% faster in a few months. You think it's just the change of focus? Let's see. Hybrid says, thanks for the kind words, Z. You're welcome. I mean, I always do my best to call him like I see him. Hybrid says, I am surprised, but maybe shouldn't be, as I've done about 5 weeks of consistent practice. Vincent says, I'm focusing on flexibility and core strength to walk longer and stand longer. Nice. Yeah, and core is the main supporter of the body. If anyone has back issues, strengthen your core. That'll definitely help. There was always 1 or 2 people in real long ultra races who you would see through the course of a race standing upright as they're walking or running, and then as the race proceeds, and then they're crossing the finish line literally in a bent position. Those long races are brutal. And if you don't have the core strength to support you, your body will give out faster, brutally so. But even just life itself, working that core. Hybrid says, I notice when I focus on something else will drop. I bet my endurance has dropped. The good thing, though, with the speed work is it really helps with being explosive. So all the explosive stuff is definitely going to be going well. You also get that positive hormonal benefit from speed work. This is why Duncan's always recommended doing interval stuff. And when I say always recommending, I mean always recommending. And fortunately and unfortunately, fortunately because he's helping me out, unfortunately because it always hurts, he is always offering me that advice, which I've taken as I do intervals. I try to do them at least once or twice a week. Yeah, but my focus has changed a bit as well. I'm starting off with what I like to call a body recomposition movement, pull-ups or dips. I've been doing band presses. I was doing dumbbells. I went to kettlebells. It was tweaking my back just enough that I didn't want to continue until that tweak turned into something else. Bands seem to be the magic juju. Bands help with everything. So I'm going to talk for about 5 more minutes. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm checking in on our new friend Pokerman. Still at 39. Our friend Destiny is here. Destiny says, hello and happy Friday. Just a Yogi doing burpees in his basement. That's me. How are you? I'm doing good, Destiny. How are you? I appreciate you stopping by. We've been having a good conversation about helping each other in whatever way. If you're trying to grow your channel, helping people grow your channel, if you're putting out a positive message, helping people get that message out. Speaking of getting messages out, our friend Horror of Spice, Vincent, has a book coming out relatively soon. I think he said next spring. It really isn't as far away as it sounds. We're coming up into fall, a month away. Meteorologically speaking, it starts the beginning of September 1st, because they go by trend. Astrologically speaking, it goes on the equinox. I like celebrating both. I love the equinox and the solstice because the feel to them, actually. The fact that it has that cosmic connection. Jesse says hi to Hybrid Jim as well as to Horror of Spice. Hey Destiny, are you friends with Jace? I think you'd really like Jace's channel. I think sometimes if I drop a link, it works. Sometimes it doesn't. So Hybrid, if you want to check out Jace, Jesse says, yes, I am. Awesome. I figured. Destiny is in the know with all the right people. And she's got support for everyone. So Hybrid, are you going to be doing like seasonal type training as it begins to cool down? Are you going to start doing like shifting the focus from sprinting into something else? Or are you going to keep up to sprinting? Hybrid said he's going to keep it up. Nice. All right, guys, give me 1 second. There we go. I'm back. So, I'm going to take a break and make something to eat. Take a little walk after I eat. It's an important Ayurvedic concept. 10-minute walk, 5 minutes, 10-minute walk after you eat. It will help keep our blood sugar level down, it increases the metabolism, it aids digestion, all of which, especially the last meal of the day, because it starts helping to prepare us as we get that digestion down packed, as we increase metabolism, we're going to end up sleeping better because our body will not be, when we enter into the sleep cycle, into the parasympathetic, then that's also called the rest and digest, which requires a certain amount of energy. If we are spending a lot of energy digesting, we are not expanding the same amount of energy in resting. So we want to digest more efficiently, more effectively, and then we end up resting better. So, man, a 5-minute walk doesn't have to be fast. It's not really exercise. It is, but it's not exercise focused as much as it is movement focused. You can also do a little uh, somatic dance afterwards. Yeah, it looks funny, but you're in your kitchen. You're among friends, family, or you're by yourself. Uh, right now, I'm with my two cats. If Mocha was here, I don't know as I would do a somatic dance in front of her. Um, but hey, my two cats, they just give me a thumbs up. They're all for it. Or if Misty's visiting, the sillier I look, the happier she seems to be. But that type of movement is just really, really good for you. Destiny says, well, thanks for the time. Sorry, guys. Thanks for the time spent with you, Yogi. Enjoy your break and meal. Thank you. Very much appreciated it. And I appreciate you being here, too. Same with you, Hybrid. Goldie says that she's still at work. Well, I hope it's ending soon. Another 20 minutes or so? Or is this going to be a longer night for you? Longer day? But I'll be back about 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours or so. So we can continue talking. Hey, I started off the conversation with talking about meditation, loving kindness meditation, which I think might be one of the quickest methods of meditation for transformation. That through the practice of extending love, loving kindness to yourself, and then learning to extend it towards other people, including eventually to those who you think are your enemy, to those who cause you the most discomfort. When you can learn to give them loving kindness, see that. Here's the thing with yoga. As I mentioned before, the beginning of yoga, the Yoga Sutras says yoga is the cessation of the fluctuation of thoughts, meaning they're not all over the place. Now we can put our thoughts on something and keep it steady. Yoga is seeing the spaciousness that allows those thoughts to transpire. Our thoughts are generally based upon our addictions, to our attachments, to our aversions, to our fear that we are separate, small, egoic-based self, our fear of death, and the ignorance that all those things are pushing and pulling us. Through the practice of yoga, we begin to see all of that. We just become aware, and through awareness, everything changes. So everyone is acting out of those, what they call the 5 afflictions, kleshas. Klesha means affliction, the 5 afflictions of the mind. Everyone is acting out of those. So if someone is acting in a way that seems unloving, unkind, even destructive, even some might say evil, that's the kleshas, that's the afflictions. Underneath that is the pure essence of their humanness, the pure essence of their beingness, the pure essence of innocence. If everyone is a child of God, we don't get to be selective, especially in our looking. So the art of forgiveness isn't saying, I forgive you even though you're evil. The art of forgiveness is looking deep and say, I forgive you because I know you are addicted to those thoughts that keep you in a place of suffering, and I see your innocence, and I embrace and love and forgive your innocence. That's forgiveness. And that's what metta meditation helps give us there. We're able to, and in this political season, man, how awesome is it to be unmoved when you see that, no matter who it is, not taking sides, no matter who it is, when you see that political person come up who pushes your every button, all of a sudden you find yourself saying, may they be happy. May they be peaceful, may they be free from suffering and the cause of suffering. You're extending love, metta, to that person. When that happens, it's an awesome, awesome feeling. I'm not there yet. I'm working on it every day. And it's getting easier. So you know what? I have hope for myself. And if I can have hope for myself, and in essence, you and I are one, that means I got hope for every one of us, including whoever it is that might be pushing my buttons. So, with that, I'm going to see you guys later. Take care. Destiny, Goldie, Hybrid, Jace, William, all of you guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me a little bit longer. And Vincent as well, Whore of Spice, Laradox, I appreciate you coming in. We met some new friends. Pokerman, very much appreciated. Guys, I'll see y'all later. Destiny says, bye everyone. Take care, guys. I'll be back.